All right, getting in the car, about to go see Tim Burton's Dumbo. Honestly, I don't know too much what to expect from this one. I mean, rewatching the 1941 cartoon from back in the day, it was so sad and yet so positive and trippy with a weird drunk baby elephant hallucinating a pink elephant parade. But it's right up Tim Burton's alley, so that's kind of what I'm expecting. Something fun, something that leads to something positive, while being a little sad and maybe somewhat trippy. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and this is my spoiler-free review for Disney's latest live-action adaptation from one of their classic animated films, Dumbo. So was this movie good? Is it worth seeing this weekend? I thought it was pretty good. I was entertained beginning to end. I didn't walk out of that going, that was the best, or the best live-action adaptation from a Disney thing. Like, I didn't walk out thinking that, but I did walk out like, yeah, I got my money's worth, so I'm going to give the movie a solid B. I don't feel a great urge to go see it again, and, it's just not on the top of my list there, but I was entertained in the film. I didn't think it was terrible, so solid B for me. The other thing is, I feel like this is way more family-friendly than the original 1941 cartoon. Where, like, the clowns knock over a bottle of alcohol into the water trough, and the elephant takes a drink, and the baby infant elephant gets drunk, and has a hallucination of pink elephants on parade. The scene that my wife said gave her nightmares for months as a child. Yeah, I didn't feel like there was anything overly creepy or spooky or trippy like that in this movie to, give kids real nightmares for long periods of time. I feel like a kid would probably feel the emotional roller coaster more than I did, but there were a lot of kids in my theater who were, very little and crying before the movie started, but not crying while the movie is playing. Annoyingly asking their parents questions while the film is going. It's just, watch the movie, kid! Anyway, this is a different thing altogether. The point is they weren't crying during the movie. They seemed engaged, it got more silent, so I would say that the kids were more drawn into it. And me as the adult, I didn't see anything gross in the movie, nothing that would give me nightmares. And, if there was any bad curse words, I totally don't know, over my head. So I feel like it's a good family-friendly movie if you're looking to take your kids out to see a movie this week. I will say, it's interesting. This movie is about 2 hours long, which is hilarious because the animated movie is about 1 hour long. So if you've seen the 1941 animated movie, it's fun to watch it and see all the nods back to that movie. They had all these little fun little moments that just took you right back to that movie while trying to ground this one in a little bit more of a reality. But it was also interesting because in about the first 35-40 minutes of the movie, it hit all the familiar story beats of the animated movie. And then it's like, oh wow, I still got an hour and a half left. So it's like, it's worth it that they made this into a live action film because it's not just a direct remake of the animated movie. This is a different take. We're showing honor to the original. We're showing our respect towards it. In fact, we're throwing those beats in the story and then we're taking it further. So I did enjoy that. It might have been a little long, but it wasn't something like where I was looking at my watch wanting to get out of the theater. And for a movie called Dumbo, what you want is you want Dumbo to be like the best character in the movie. And I feel like that's what Tim Burton did. He made Dumbo shine. He brought that character back to life. He had a lot of expression in his eyes. He was just a fun character. I mean, there was moments where he was really sad and down in the dumps, obviously, because it's about how is he going to get his mother back. And same thing in the cartoon where that's just incredibly sad. The thing is, this didn't pull me in so emotionally that when Dumbo was sad, I didn't quite feel sad with him. I'm a monster! Or maybe it's just a movie thing and it just did not draw me in. But that would be my negative with this movie. Whenever sad stuff was happening and I felt like the movie wanted me to feel sad, I didn't really feel sad. But those other moments where Dumbo was just so happy, I was happy with him. Like the pink elephant scene in this movie, I won't dive too much into it, but you get a little sneak peek of it in the trailer. One of the best things about that scene is there's Dumbo backstage watching the pink elephants and the music is playing and all that stuff, and Dumbo, his eyes are so bright, he's got this great big like elephant smile and he's bobbing his head. like the way elephants do, just bobbing his head to the music. So Dumbo had a lot of fun character moments, and little scenes like that kind of just endeared me more to the character. And those moments where you got in the trailer and the kids are like, "Fly, Dumbo, fly." I was sitting there in my seat like, "Fly, Dumbo, fly, come on, for your mother, fly." So like, it definitely had moments where it got me more engaged, but for some reason, some of that sadder, more emotional things, I just didn't feel super engaged in any of that. The other thing that was kind of interesting is you have the two lead kids in this movie, and I thought what was cool is they took their story and had it parallel Dumbo's. But it was unique that they took these kids' story and Dumbo's story and had them parallel each other. So it was another point of connection and another way to do something unique with the story and to keep the story going beyond just 1 hour. So it was kind of cool to give us that connection. You have Danny DeVito and Michael Keaton together. Last time I saw them in a Tim Burton film together, Michael Keaton was Batman and Danny DeVito was Penguin, the over-the-top villain. This time they switched places and Danny DeVito was the good guy with Michael Keaton as the over-the-top villain, and he was a bit over the top, but it worked. It worked for the tone and feel of the movie that he was a bit over top, and I really like Michael Keaton, so it was kind of cool to have those characters in there and kind of have it reversed now. So that was kind of interesting to see Danny DeVito be the good guy with Michael Keaton as the bad guy. I don't know. That was my own personal little kick. I don't know who else was even thinking that. Overall, it's a good movie. I mean, they did a good job with some of the songs and music that was in the cartoon of incorporating them into this live action film without it being over the top or, you know, it just was organic, as I'm trying to say. It was natural the way they took some of those songs and some of that music and put it in here and made them those really good nods back to the original. So overall, I had a good time. I have no real strong interest to see it again anytime soon. So for me, it's a solid B. But if you're looking for something for your family this weekend that won't give them nightmares like the pink elephant scene in the original cartoon, I think this is a good movie to check out with your family this weekend. What did you think? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button to become a Durbanian. Hit the bell by the subscribe button so you're notified for my next movie review, ranking video, theological analysis, trailer reaction, or anything else I do here. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.